Now I think we're good. Invicta FC All Access is live here post-fight, Scottish Rite Temple, Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, everybody, TJ DeSantis along with Julie Kedzie as we get ready to talk with the champ. Tonya Evinger is here, freshly removed from her redemption win.
Somehow got a new shirt.
I've never owned an Invicta shirt.
Really?
I swear.
You got a belt, but you don't got a shirt.
Yes, man. I always wanted an Invicta shirt, and I never have one.
Well, you got a shirt, you got your belt, and you were the champion coming into tonight, Tonya, but if there was any sort of dispute, it's all gone. It's all put to bed. How satisfying was it to get the tap from Yana Kunitskaya tonight?
I really wanted a first-round finish, and I felt like I could have got it. I just felt, like I always say, I just felt like crap in that fight. But, I think that I knew I had to win, and I knew I could. So I just told myself, just keep fighting until, I actually puke.
What fight can you remember that you didn't feel like puking at?
Yeah, I don't know. But this one I really did puke.
Looking at this fight, it was interesting because it repeated a lot of the same positions as the first fight. If anyone really disputed the first fight and how it went, going, oh, Tonya wasn't going to get out of that armbar anyway, even if she tried, you were put in that armbar a few times tonight, and you battled through it. In a roundabout way, is it almost good that you had to battle through adversity to show that you could get through all of the submission attempts that she threw at you?
Yeah, I knew she was going to go for a ton of submission attempts. I think that's what somebody with a God, I hate talking shit, but I do have a small brain, so let's do it. I think that somebody at her level jiu-jitsu, I expect to throw a ton of submissions at me. Somebody, just like somebody learning wrestling, they're going to go for things that they technically aren't able to finish. So I knew it was going to come with a ton of submissions, and especially if she really thought she got that last submission. But I don't mind people going for arm bars. I pass with it, and then I use it as your legs, and I control the position right there.
Right.
So.
In theory, that sounds great, but in actual application, that's when people question. But you did it, and you continue to do it. You fight that style that is grinding and grueling, and ultimately your opponents generally will.
Well, I go back and watch videos, and you guys commentate, and you're always saying, oh, Tonya's almost in trouble here every time. And I do look like I'm in trouble, but then I come out and I'm in a position I want. So
It's true. It's true.
It is true. And I think, though, that's why you're an extraordinary fighter, because most people that are in those positions, they are in trouble. Tonya Evinger, you look like you're in trouble, but you're not. And that's what's really unique about this. It was a weird rivalry here because, you were very respectful after the first, controversial fight. You shook her hand and you walked out. And I didn't think there was a lot of bad blood. Obviously, you had your appeal with the commission. You won that. And then we get to tonight's fight, and we're hearing the pre-fight package. And all of a sudden, it caught Julie and I by complete surprise when all of a sudden Yana Kunitskaya, through the translator, says, she's just a horrible person.
She's been saying a lot. Seriously, I felt like I was completely respectful all the way through it. If it doesn't get overturned, I just don't want to be that fighter over there, talking shit when, I just lost or nothing I can do about it. But as soon as it got overturned, I got backlash from her camp. I saw posts that she was making, her manager was making, her whole team was making, and I felt like it was really disrespectful, And I don't know what is so awkward about protesting a fight. I think that, this is my career, something I spent 13 years to get to this position. And there's nothing that you're going to say that make me feel bad about protesting my career.
Sure. And I think what was, if anything, was awkward about your protest, it's the fact that you won.
Yeah.
People don't win appeals in mixed martial arts. And you were granted that appeal, and she deserved a rematch. She got her rematch, and ultimately the score was settled. That walk that you made tonight inside the Scottish Rite Temple, Julie and I
goosebumps.
commented
we
on.
were like, let's just not talk for
It's
a
the
little bit.
loudest.
Just let you walk in, because we've never seen the crowd like that. And it's not that I mentioned this during the broadcast, it's not that I wanted the controversy to happen or anything like that, but man, that really solidified the rally around you. All of your fans have always supported you, but they were on fire tonight.
Did you feel that? Did you feel that in the walkout?
Tonight was a really weird situation. I think I was more calm at the weigh-ins yesterday and the fight tonight than I feel like I've ever been. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I already told myself there's nothing this girl can do to hurt me. So as long as I fight, and I take it to whatever round. I think really the only time I've ever lost is in my own head, because I for some reason figure out in my own head, I'm in a losing position, I better tap, or I'm in a position where I shouldn't be and I better quit. Like, I don't know, something in my head.
Sure.
But I don't feel like any of my losses I should have ever lost. I feel like it's my own personal, it's a fight within myself. So I knew when I was walking out there, I felt really calm and I just needed to perform.
Right.
And then when I got out there, she couldn't keep eye contact with me, so I knew I had to fight one if I could just fight. So.
Is that something you address in your training now, like mental stuff, or do your coaches just kind of get on you about, okay, do they put you in bad positions, or is that just an adjustment that you've made yourself?
I think I've made it myself. I think people like to say it's the people I have around me, or it's my girlfriend at the time, or this or that drama or whatever. But I mean that can be anything in your life that brings you down or whatever, and makes you have doubt. But I think that it's just a lesson that I've learned over losing, and I don't want to lose. And I think it's something that I have to overcome myself, and I have to figure out. And losing made me become the person I am, and be able to fight the way I do. So I just try to fight smart. I try not to. If somebody's making something hard for me, I'm going to change it.
Sure.
Same thing when I fought Colleen. I take her down at will, but if she's going to keep on getting back up, why do I want to make it hard on myself? I'm just going to, okay, we'll stand up and fight. Or, if you make anything hard on me, I'm going to try to take it to a different position, because obviously that's where you have trained and you're trying to make it hard. So I'm just going to take it to a different position and play smart and try to beat you an easier way, and not waste all my energy and waste everything, and then I can't perform at the end when I need to, So I want to go like 4th and 5th round and be able to win.
Those inner struggles we chronicled in the spotlight piece that we did before your fight with Colleen Schneider, and you talked about tapping out in fights that you were mentally broken more than you were physically, being depleted of the oxygen and choke or anything like that. And I question if any of those struggles would sort of rear their head again fighting Yana, because you did tap out. It did break that momentum. The record doesn't show it now. I mean, it's been wiped away, but it did sort of take away some of that steam that you had behind yourself. Now, obviously, you get back on the right track. The loss, quote unquote, is resolved and it's firmly put behind you. But did you have to battle it all? Did you have to build up any sort of confidence within yourself, having tapped out for the first time in 5 years in your last bout?
No, man. There's children at the gym that tap me out. I don't. There's a lot of people that tap me out. The way I see it is, I'm not going to let my arm break.
Sure.
And not fight again. That's just so stupid. But I just see it the same way in the gym, man. If it was a real fight, I'm not going to let this person tap me out. I would have punched you in your face and stopped it. Or I would have done something different. I played a different game. So to me, it's just a lesson learned every time I get tapped out. But I didn't think that she got that legitimate. So I didn't really see that as anything more than somebody in the gym tapping me out, So.
Right. We talk about the just getting back on the right track. Like, this run that you've had lately is really incredible for a variety of reasons. I still call you a pioneer in women's mixed martial arts. You are part of the story of the evolution, but you're one of the best bantamweights in the world. You remain one of the best bantamweights in the world, and things seem to be clicking more than ever for you. Now, when fighters get to their mid-30s, they start talking about retirement, or other people talk about retirement for them. With you, I don't want to talk about retirement because you're at your all-time best, but do you think about your legacy much? Do you think about where, the history books will reflect on you? Where are you? Because for me, I think you're knocking on the door of one of the most, I think you're already one of the most important women's fighters ever to play the game, but I think that you are also clearly one of the greatest of all time. To go through the struggles and to come back and bounce back the way you have, that is what true legacy is, and you furthered that tonight. Do you think about your legacy?
I think to have a legacy, you have to have a crazy amount of fans. It's here in Missouri, but when you're talking about the whole MMA scene, I don't get the respect. Even in wrestling, I didn't get the respect. So I felt like I've done so much in wrestling and still never got recognized, because I'm that oddball that does things different. I don't walk the same steps as everybody else. I don't do the same thing. I don't have the same vision as everybody else. Same thing when fighting. So I'm a little bit different, and I think that people aren't going to respect me for it. So no matter what I do and how many times I win, I'm just going to, it's, just things that I've done and being proud of myself. So
how many fans are enough fans for a legacy?
I don't know, but
I mean, it was
My fans apparently aren't the right fans, but I do have pretty cool fans.
You have great. I mean, it was so loud in here tonight. And it was so thunderous. I guess, and there's so many calls now on social media. Nobody really wants to belabor this point. I mean, we all want you to be in the UFC at this point. But I mean, nobody wants you to leave Invicta because we, love having you as a champion. But at this point, to see you tested on a stage where there's more access, where people can actually see you in action, where the thousands are actually in attendance instead of the 2,000 here or however many there are here.
What I would say, Julie, I think what you're kind of getting at is we want you to have the ability to cement that greatest of all time status.
Yeah, and we want the world to see you.
If that isn't possible here at Invicta, you deserve the opportunity to carve your place out in history. I think you're one of the greatest of all time, hands down, one of the greatest of all time. But it's not the hardcore fans that dictate really what is truth. A lot of it is casual fans, mainstream fans, and without their adoration, sure, you can be the best in the world, but are you compensated as such?
Yeah,
sometimes not.
Yeah, and I'm going to pontificate here for a little bit, but looking at your story and what you've done, you're not the one who walks away after a couple losses. A win streak and then a couple losses. Though. Of course you have, but I mean, it's the story that I think people actually, when they have daughters or sons that go into combat sports, they want to see them persevere and have that at the end reach, not the end of your career, but I mean, this is the peak of the story where you're only going to go farther. And, you want children to see that you, I don't know, I always think you get the losses out of the way first and then you drive forward. And I don't know where I'm going with this except that, you should have a lot of fans.
Well, it's funny. I have a lot of friends that are really goody-goody, complete opposite of me. But, I think I'm not a horrible person. I think I'm a real good person. And they obviously see that. That's why we're good friends. And they'll come to me and they'll be like, man, I just want my daughters to be just like you. Have, the same, just like you. Obviously not same mouth. But, I say what I want and I do what I want and I just keep on going. And I think that they appreciate that. And that's awesome to hear. But,
we talked about this. I actually did the Q&A with Megan Anderson, and we likened you to a Diaz brother. And for whatever reason, the Diaz brothers are beloved as, I know the reason, but they're loved for, who they are. And Tonya, you're largely the same person in a lot of ways. For whatever reason, sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. I'm sick of hearing people say, well, Tonya Evinger, she's not marketable. Being different is not marketable. I mean,
I know. I think I'm. You don't have to try to get the crap out of me that you're trying to get out of these other fighters. It's already there.
Right. It's Invicta FC All Access. I'm TJ DeSantis. Julie Kedze's backstage here at the Scottish Rite Temple dropping F-bombs. I want to point out that you dropped the F-bomb.
It was me,
and Tonya
folks.
hasn't.
I know.
Tonya hasn't.
It's her aura.
That's all right.
I absorbed the Tonya in the air.
Children listening tonight.
Sorry, kids.
So, I mean, obviously, you don't totally know what's next, but one thing that I do really admire about you is you are confident of yourself as a person, but confident of your placement in mixed martial arts. And being the Invicta FC Bantamweight champion, you've said in the past, if that's all I ever am, I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. This division is building up a little bit. We've seen some people exit, people that you've beat exit. Cindy Dandois recently signed. Irene Aldana signed to the UFC. Is there anyone on your radar at Invicta? I mean, who could be next, do you think, that is under contract here?
I'm not that type of person to call fighters out. I just will fight everybody. And I think that, I've had plenty of calls from Shannon and from the matchmakers here at Invicta and about who I'm going to fight next and this and that. And maybe I need to think about it. Do you want to fight this girl, that girl? And I don't care. And I'll tell them, I don't care. I think anybody that wants to fight me, I respect them enough to let them fight me. I mean, I was also, whatever record I had when I was losing all them fights or before I was as big a record as I am now, I was also in their spot. And it didn't mean I wasn't that good. It just meant I didn't get that opportunity. So obviously I respect everybody that wants to fight me, and I think everybody should get a chance. So line them up. But, I don't know. I'll fight anybody, I guess. My day's coming, and I'm just going to ride it out until that day.
Did you get a chance to check out any of the other fights tonight?
Yeah, I watched most of them. It was a pretty badass show.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah,
right?
who impressed you the most?
Oh, gosh. I didn't think Livia was going to win that easy. That was surprising. I like the Japanese girl, so I would have liked to see that, be a little bit better fight. But, I mean, obviously.
From a functional standpoint, obviously you're getting ready. That's the co-main event. You're watching it. I mean, if you would have asked me if there would have been an over-under on that fight going, over a round and a half, 2 rounds, I would have picked the over. Both are very talented ladies and have the ability to. I mean, when two talented fighters square off, they nullify a lot of each other's offense.
I'm also a fan of Felicia Spencer.
Yeah.
Since the first time she fought for Invicta, I was surprised Invicta hasn't brought her back since then. But I've been a fan of hers since her first fight.
So obviously you're watching the co-main event between Souza and Hamasaki, and then the fight ends so quickly. Did that mess up your warm-up at all?
Well, I was in the middle of warming up, and they're like, time to go. And I was, all right. I mean, to be honest, like I said, I was really calm at this fight, so I don't think I warmed up or whatever. These lights back here make you feel really, high on drugs or something, so I didn't know if it was me or, the lighting or if my, my performance was down and I was tired. I didn't know what was going on, but I was just like, all I gotta do is fight. Just fight. That's it. So nothing. This girl can't knock me out. This girl's not gonna hurt me with her punches. She's not gonna out grapple me. Just fight. So that's what I went out there doing.
Awesome. You mentioned off the air before we got on that you were not feeling too well.
Some bad Mexican food. Bad idea, dude. I knew better. I always eat certain things and I always have a certain routine. And it's like this wrestler tradition thing. And then today I got conned into going Mexican food, and it was horrible Mexican food. And they're like, just eat the beans and rice. You need the carbs. And boy, did I. Did I.
Well, while lunch didn't go so great for you, the redemption did. You got it in the main event against Yana Kunitskaya. Tonya, appreciate the time. How are you going to celebrate? Anything fun, exciting coming up?
I don't know. What am I going to do? I do want to buy a food truck.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'm tired of starving.
But you have to fill a food truck with food.
I know. I think it'd be amazing.
It would be pretty great.
Food.
It would be pretty great if you drove around in a food truck.
Oh
which
my
is
God,
the
triple
time,
threat
right?
food truck.
I really want a food truck.
Wow. What would you serve?
Well, I think tropical food. Everybody keeps talking about tacos and tuna tacos, but they're pervs. But I just want to, I don't know, tropical stuff. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun.
I mean,
Tanya's talking.
I get super obsessed about stuff for a while, and then I get bored and move on. But this is my obsession right. I already got a menu and everything.
dang.
That's right.
Okay, sponsors, come on, get on this. Get in on Tanya's taco
My
truck.
coach is over there laughing, but I'm serious.
No, I'm digging it. Do you have names for
serious.
your dishes yet?
Yes, it's all tropical stuff.
Sign me up.
Okay, I think we need to schedule a cooking session for All Access
I
with
can cook.
Can
I
you?
mean, yeah, I think I can cook.
What's your
Yeah.
specialty?
I
Tell
mean,
me what the
sometimes
signature
I
dish.
burn everything, but sometimes it's on.
Well, like we said, you got to make mistakes and then you drive forward. So you burn something and then you come back and it's better than ever.
Yeah, I can cook.
All right.
You can cook, huh? A signature dish. Next show.
He's like a child at my house.
Yeah?
I cook for him, and then I have to pick up after him. And then he goes home sometimes.
I'm thinking at some point we can do a VIP All Access cooking with Tonya. Some lucky fan out there
course,
could
Jeremy's like
cook with
Right. I mean, we could have a show on All Access called Tonya's Treats.
Yeah.
Tanya's taco truck. Oh wait, you don't like not
Tropical.
tacos.
It's tropical. It's
Tanya's
okay.
tropical truck.
See, everybody likes to throw a taco line in there, and I don't know why.
Well, we don't want you to throw up, so maybe not a taco truck.
Just tropical stuff.
Well, you're the champ at 135. Maybe you're the champ at cooking tropical dishes. I can't wait to find out.
I come up with these ideas when I'm starving to death, by the way.
Yes. Well, we'll get you out of here. Go get some food. Congratulations. You're the undisputed bantamweight champion, and it was a pleasure to call your fight and in some roundabout way be a part of your career in this run. And Tonya, it's truly inspiring on a variety of levels, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're the. Oh, I did it again.
That's all right. It's all access, right? These are what the people
All
want,
access,
right?
yeah.
All right. Triple threat. Tonya Evinger getting it done here tonight in the city.
Thanks, guys.